All right, Chad, can you hear me? All right. We have a scuffed up setup. I didn't have time to get all my stuff. So I have like my headset in and we're using the microphone. Here, let me get all situated. I got some news for you. Ow. Leg? Hello? Oh, there we go. Don't look at my crotch. Turning on, turning on. There we go. Ugh. Gotta keep this leg up. Don't mind me, I'm getting situated. Okay. Oh, I have that weird turning on. How do I turn that off? Locomotion turn. Where's the turning? Turning. Okay, course requesting. Sorry guys, I'm not really all right, so we're kind of scuffed. So they can hear me through the index, but you guys are hearing me through the microphone. So hopefully it's all working out. It should be fine. Question mark. It's a little scuff for tonight, but it should work. So in theory, ow, we should be fine. All right, I won't be really able to see you very well. Standard, you know. So I fucked myself up, Chad. You should know. I was stretching. I've been getting back into doing yard work, and I'm obviously tight because I haven't really been moving around this winter. And so I went and got a nice deep stretch, and I got a pop. I heard a pop, man. And something popped in my leg, and my ass leg. Yeah. So I don't think I'm in. I heard it because like I could still walk and like I'm not in like massive pain or anything. But I obviously fucked it up because I can't like lift my leg up too far without it tinging and hurting and being sore and stuff. So obviously I heard it. So we have to lay off of that for a little bit. My word of advice: when you get gung-ho about getting back into things, go extra slow. Extra slow. Okay? I should have known that. I was feeling so good too, you know? All the pain stuff has been going away, and then this happens. I mean, why? Why, Chad? Why? We just live in this world to suffer, don't we? Lament. Anyways, how was your guys' Monday? Hope your week is filled with cheer. We got Static tonight. They'll be coming in shortly. It looks like they just joined the lobby, so Cora will bring them over this way, and we'll get going soon. Yeah. Tomorrow I do have a meeting, but I'm going to be streaming after. Oh, ayo, we got you in the crew. Hey, let's go. Welcome. Hey, Core. Hey, Static.
Howdy.
Yeah, you could just like, I don't know if you got like, oh, here, I'll go back. Here we go. Back a little bit. There we go.
Zoom in, zoom out. Adjust.
Oh, you know what? Here, I'm gonna adjust your camera. Make you prime. Okay, here I got you. Anchor.
Yep.
Default. Oh, there it is. Okay, looking good. Work it.
Okay,
Imagine is so excited.
There we go. Perfect.
Oh, crazy.
You know, okay, to be fair, like, I know, like, a decent amount of what's going on, but I also obviously don't know every little, you know, nook and cranny of all the drama, right? Like who said what and who did what. some of it I lost. So what? Why is this gonna be a hell? I'll just start it off right off the bat. Why is that gonna be a juicy topic? I'm actually curious. What did you do?
Um, well, you see that Jamie was trying to hide a murder, and when you are a ADHD brain and you're just looking around, just being yourself, sometimes you just stumble upon something, and well, I'm not gonna lie, I walked up, stumbled upon it, and all I hear in the distance of my brain cell is like constantly being like, "You smell something suspicious," and I'm like, "Where did this go?" And it just started
Perception
going
roll.
downhill. Pretty much a perception roll just happened, and it just like went downhill, and it started to pick up, and I'm like, "Well, this is fun. This is great." And I just continued.
Right. So you were out there. Okay, because I know it was who was the other one that found out? It was the orc. The orc guy was out there,
Yeah.
and then
Doris.
so were you out there as well?
Yes, I was actually trying to find Jamie, surprisingly. I think it was like someone was just like, "Oh, I gotta make sure Jamie's okay."
Through osmosis, you
Out and
knew
about. Yeah, I was like,
chaos
I
is
had
about
a
to
cat
ensue.
companion. I had a cat companion. I literally was just following this cat everywhere, and I was like, I could take this back to the academy. No,
Yeah.
no, I'll just pick up a cat. You're mine now. Soft talk us later. But you know,
Cats are nothing but
Replaced.
trouble. Obviously, it led you to trouble.
oh, it led me to trouble a lot of the time. It always leads me into trouble. When am I not in trouble? When I just find trouble at the most awkwardest angle. I don't know what it is.
Well, to be
We
fair,
had one fight now, and you're trying to replace me.
Yeah, I'm trying to replace you, Hoshi. One fight just did it for me. I'm sorry.
well, ever since you've changed, I don't. They want something cuter. Sorry.
Oh
my
no!
God. So fucking scandalous.
Oh my god!
You know what I meant?
Really think?
A fluffy cat. Okay, come on. You know what I meant. It's different when they do the stretchies and stuff. Come on. I'm sorry. I've been watching a lot of cat videos lately.
Oh, that sounds good.
Doesn't it? Yeah. They're very relaxing. You know, when you've had a stressful day. What do you watch for de-stressing? Are the cat videos or just arson?
It's metal music, isn't it?
Metal music. Yeah, I just watch houses burn down. That's great. And then I
Ah,
let myself
very
be like,
therapeutic.
I should really do that in my spare time, or I should really call her.
You know, like those big fields of wheat. She just goes into the center and lights it up.
I mean,
Okay,
it's like one of those fireplaces, and you get to tell stories under the moonlight, right?
Yes, 100%. You can never
Yep.
go wrong with arson.
Mm-hmm.
Any form. Even if it's safe, even if it's not safe, even if it's like casual.
This is
All right.
what's gonna happen to the academy.
Yeah, but I think honestly, though, like in all seriousness, I think Misty's been getting a lot better with some of that. Like, yes, arson is cool, but friends hurting is bad.
Oh yeah, of course. Like I think like her first ever appearance was she hated everyone.
Okay.
She thought it was dumb. But eventually, you know, when you gradually end up spending more time, especially when Rex
Mm-hmm.
was in the academy,
Yeah.
hated them. Annoying. Pain. And eventually, you know,
Yeah, fuck that
you
guy.
Actually, yeah, fuck that guy. And you eventually see that you definitely see that a lot of students were like, well, Misty's dangerous. And then they eventually made like the Misfits, where it's like me, Rags, and Shizuko.
Yeah.
That we all came together because like we were all by ourselves. And we like made like a little hidden area, a little place that we can go and talk and chill and relax and be ourselves. But then eventually, you know, when you start to learn how to cope and actually be like, hey, my friends are trying to help me. I need to help myself and you know,
Right.
eventually listen to them. Because if you don't, well, you just end up in another volcano incident. We don't talk about that.
Those are
I
the
mean,
bridges you don't want to burn.
I thought the volcano incident was rather amusing, if you ask me.
I think that was the funniest
Oh
moment.
wait, I saw that.
It was pretty good.
I
Yeah.
saw that clip. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was just like judging it, being like, that can't be that deep. There's no way. And then like I wasn't judging it. I was just like, oh, maybe it's just like a little like lava pit. It's gonna be fine. I turned my back, and as soon as I turned my back, I just see Gavin freaking the fuck out. He was like telling me to come back down, and I was just like, oh, it's just a volcano. You don't need to worry about it. Why you? And then all of a sudden, how in
was
the
hilarious.
background, like I'm here. I'm
Did
like,
you
well,
did
here
you
I
see
go.
the placements took place there too?
Yes,
Mhm.
I did, and I saw that flashback of Gavin being like, "We should not go near it. I've seen this wave before," and I was just like, "Fuck." Well, at least they learn, not to turn your back at the last minute, and don't judge a tiny pool of lava because it may be a massive lava monster there. It's
Now, would you have
massive
said
and
that would have
crazy.
been like, well, I guess Misty's closest call? You've actually been in a lot of close calls. Let's see, you had that. You got stuck in the bubble with some really nefarious creatures during the werewolf excursion. There's been a lot. Where would you rank that, and what would be your highest threat to your life moment?
Oh, my highest threat. I think the volcano is really high because I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting to get out.
Right.
Especially even though like I had advantage, like the
Mhm.
extra healing, yeah, it's lava, but like that monster, if it continued like chewing on me and no one got me out, I think I would be losing a lot more than just a hand.
Right. Right.
Because like that was my worst, I think.
Hellhounds are
It
yummy
had-
snacks.
I mean, it makes
Yeah,
sense.
also yummy snacks.
Because you're really the only
um,
like volcano hot fire besides Ryder, I guess. But Ryder wasn't part of your excursion group, right? Right.
No, I think we definitely had like a lot of good people on that team, but it was like crazy at the end. But it was
How did
fun.
they get you
Enjoyed
out
it.
in the end?
They well, it took them a while to get me out of the lava because they didn't understand whether or not it was like the outside area was super hot, and they could walk on it. But eventually, they all came to my rescue, and they kind of was like trying to get me out. But it's
Okay.
hard when you don't have protection of lava, and you're like, well, shit,
Yeah.
how do I even get them out? It was an interesting viewpoint on that. But they eventually were able to get her out, pull her away. It was horrible. Like we were trying to deal with this big monster, and like all of Gallon were working together to like shoot the beam, and even that was like crazy because that all of Gallon like learned it from one of the professors to make an AOE attack for ourselves to work together.
Mm-hmm.
Mix between uh elements, dark and light, and it was like the final straw, the final like, okay, we need to push this creature out of the lava. And actually, surprisingly, um, when I lost my hand, made her hand out of the monster that took her hand, um, which I will eventually do more stuff with. That's currently in the works, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
nice.
I don't-
Yeah, but the hand's pretty cool. All right, let's see it. Let's see it. Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, let's go.
Biggest thumbs up.
Yeah, because you had to go through some trials for the because you was it not feeling well? You lost your hand, and then what possessed you to try to pursue the route you did?
Well, during like my time, definitely being like quite tough characters, like Misty's quite a tough character. She's strong, she's got good healing, and in the end, I didn't want to be too tough. I wanted to balance it, because in
Okay.
the end, I like balancing characters to a certain point where I feel comfortable. And Misty, yeah, she has super healing, but like having your hand chomped on by a big monster with healing on top of it, your entire, hand starts to heal incorrectly. And I was like, well, shit, that'd be kind of cool to start pursuing myself as Misty still can get hurt. This is a learning curve for her that hey, even though you're powerful, you're strong, you can deal with bigger monsters, you can still die. You can still have hurt and injuries and problems, but eventually you start growing as an individual, being like, well, shit, I gotta start thinking about myself, thinking about how I'm gonna get forward and how I'm gonna protect my friends. Because if this happens, it can happen to anyone,
Right.
any other person.
So now, being a hellhound, you obviously don't see your kind that often, and now I know there's probably different areas in which they might be, or you don't even know how it even all works because you're lost pup question mark for the crowd. I'm baiting, by the way.
Oh, definitely like hellhounds come in a couple of packs. You know, they live in the fourth layer of hell,
Mhm.
forged by a soul molder in there and everything of the sort. Hellhounds definitely have that mentality of they like moving, they don't like staying in one singular place. They like migrating, going to locations, and then when the winter comes, they hide themselves in caves, border themselves up with brick. They try and blend themselves in, especially with big hellhounds that are very scary looking, you know, like turning into a big hellhound is like, well, I can't blend into society very well, so they decide to take forms. I guess in the most nicest sense of way, they kind of do identity fraud, and they kind of take the identity of someone, and then they shift into them and then kill them, so there's no witnesses.
Yeah, I just watched that
Oh.
anime. But here's the thing, because it's like that, um, that means you just really don't meet much of your kind,
No.
right? Because at that point
Sometimes
they
you just don't
probably
come across them.
assimilate sometimes, or they try to, or they just kind of do something, right?
Oh yeah.
And being relatively
They'll
spread
probably like
thin
steal
and
something.
not many. Now you don't really have a pack, right? So tell us your origin story. What happened to you? Your
Oh.
pack, and give us your lore.
My lore, my lore. Okay, well, we'll put the lore on the table. So
Role player, tell me
Misty.
your lore.
Whoa, role player. All right, deal my cards out. A very long time ago, Misty was in a pack. She was in a pack of around four. So there was like around three females and two. Actually, no, there'll be five because
Well,
yeah, there'll be five people. Um, three females and two males. Uh, the female leader, she was very tough on them, and in hell they choose the leader. They don't allow packs to choose their own because it can lead to fighting. Um, when Misty was trying to get her side, sadly, she was not the intelligent part or not the strong part. It was kind of like each hellhound needs certain things: the intelligence and strength. She had the strength, but she didn't have the intelligence. However, the other one had both, so they chose her. A while back, when they were trying to get their forms, trying to get their human form, Misty decided to spare the human that she turned into by hiding them and covering the scent by killing a cow, trying to get rid of the evidence that this person is still alive. This person's still walking out, probably scared out of her mind, seeing that her form has been taken and is now another person walking around.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but eventually, she continued walking around with her pack. However, due to tough times and villagers starting to get a little upset with the amount of villagers being purged by hellhounds, by fire, or just taking their goods, they decided to set a trap. Um, the leader, themselves, they sadly, got killed. Um, they did not enjoy. They kind of fell into a trap. However, there's a plot twist, but I won't say anything because it will be more spoilers. But eventually, the pack leader was no more. And with packs that don't have leaders, they go on trials. They tell each other, all right, you know what? All of us are gonna go somewhere else. We're gonna try and get the missing part that we need to be a leader, and we'll kind of come back. So Misty decided to go to a school because she's like, well, perfect place. An
So
academy,
Misty's big
a
dub and
teacher.
needed to go to the academy. God.
Pretty much, she's just like, I fucking dumb as shit. I gotta go to the academy, get some knowledge. 'Cause
Get
holy
that
shit.
knowledge, girl.
Some fucking knowledge. I need some knowledge, you know? And
It's okay. She had a
Doris-
whole brain cell.
Yep, I had a
Hey,
whole singular
more than a
brain
lot of
cell.
more than other people. Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the whole entire academy is my brain cell, like all together, and we kind of just like shove it in.
Hive mind.
Do you guys all
The
form
hive
one
mind.
bit? Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Yep.
For better,
Stick
for
ourselves
worse.
together and hope for the best. But yeah, eventually she came to school, and she was supposed to go back. She was supposed to meet her hellhounds back in the same forest that they kind of met before. However, due to Misty circumstances of, well, being the Rex, being the family, and you know,
Mhm.
being proposed, she didn't need to do that anymore because she already found her pack. She found Rex, his family, and pretty much like had a good time. She doesn't even know where her pack is. However, if the pack realized that she has found something that makes her happy, because hellhounds don't stay in a location for too long, and when they do, it means that there is something worthy in that location. So who knows? Maybe the pack is like, I want that. So they may try and steal it, or they may try and remove it and get rid of it. But yeah, out there, the pack is still wandering around. Who knows where they're gonna be or where they're gonna be
Mhm.
found? But time will tell.
Dun dun
Dun
dun.
dun.
Let's go. Okay.
Thunderstorm.
Got the lore. All right. So now Misty's at the academy, getting that knowledge, making friends. Now, what kind of knowledge in particular are you like trying to gain? It's obviously not 2 + 2 = 4. So what is it specifically that Misty needs to find, or is it just world knowledge? Maybe just people. I don't know.
Misty is a person that had their ideals changed when she went to the academy. She only wanted the knowledge part, being like, well, I just need to know how to be a better leader, or how to understand people in general, and how to like read their emotions better and not feed off them all the time. But then there was moments where she was just like,
Nice.
I need to be a better person, you know? I need to be like not an asshole to people.
Was there
you know?
anybody? Was it this academy specifically, or did someone help you with that growth?
The academy helped her understand that everyone gets treated differently when they are not human or not recognized as the same species, where she's like, you know, people do get recognized as
Okay.
bad.
Name
on the
drop a
other side
couple
as
that were like
well,
big
name
influences for
drop?
you. Yeah, big
Big
influences for you.
is Rex. You got
Yep.
Nerali.
Mhm.
You definitely have, you know, Shizuko. You have
Shizu, interesting. Okay, how have they been helping? Because I've heard all the other ones. Those make sense, but Shizu.
Oh yeah. Shizu is definitely a person who is like very shy, but then when she went through quite a lot, like such as being when I think it was like the entire maze, and when we're like working together and going into that maze and solving issues with like our team. And it was like a trial of some kind. Shizuku got left by Crystal Thorn and
Wait.
felt like
Wait, which trial was this? Was this the one at the temple run where
It
there
was,
was like all the different like air, fire, and then we
No,
fought
I
a
think
big
it was
boss
like
again?
really far back.
Far
I think
back?
it's like when we went into like the maze area, when we went through those portals and went to the maze and we had to battle each other. God, it was.
Was
such
it
a long time
training?
ago. I think it was training. I think it's when Frida was still in the.
Yeah, we were.
In the RP.
Those were training
that
courses.
master.
So
It was training courses.
yeah, because we had the big mazes, right? Unless, right?
Mommy?
Because we had. I'm trying to remember.
It's been
We've
such a
done
long
so
time.
much. Holy
We have
shit.
done so much.
Okay. All right. You know, with that said, I've sometimes have flashbacks. It's like, okay, non-flashbacks, but like just equated to Ascension Academy, and but we've gone through so much shit that like the low level ones don't add up, but the ones that like I was crying and like slept for like weeks are still there. And like, do you think that we've gone too far and that we've scarred ourselves to the point that, you know, maybe VR is just too much?
Yes, that makes sense. If your headset's not like leaking by the time you've like ended RP, then you may be not doing it right.
Yeah.
Here, I'll test here.
But
Here. Cycles.
oh.
Yeah, keep going. I like the emotion. I'm feeding off it right now. Yeah, keep going.
I
Damn. Oh, oh god. Oh no.
Why? All right. Please, never. Oh my god. All right. So we've gone through a lot. All right. All right. Biggest arc standout for you? Because we've fought a lot of bad guys. I guess from a player's perspective, your favorite.
I think Yimra was good.
Humor was fun.
I really enjoyed that.
It was
Those
a
are
good
really fun.
Good
Like,
boss battle.
I think the funniest thing is when I think it was like the whole Rin incident. I remember seeing like Rin live walking around. I think it was like Jesus, it was such a long time ago that everything just blended into each other.
Mhm.
But that was like a moment on the lighthouse where there was like this ritual or something, and I don't even know how to describe it, but it was the funniest moment. It was all about people acting very like weird and very like suspicious, and me being like, God, I really want to take what they're taking right now, just wanting
Right.
to join in. But I realized if I did, I think that would probably been an L because the amount of like mental damage that was. I don't think Misty would have gotten this far if she did go down that pathway because of how bad it was.
Got it.
But it was good. I really enjoyed it, even though like having moments with everyone in that like scenario, I would continue that storyline if it could. But it finished. It had fun, and I am enjoying every storyline that's happening right now. Like it's really exciting to see where it goes, and like each corner, it's just a new experience and a new.
It's only gonna get better for all of us.
We keep solving puzzles, and you know, we keep thinking we're helping the world. I mean, we have helped the world a lot. I'm not gonna sit here and down, because I sometimes doom and gloom Ascension Academy. Not gonna lie, because sometimes we fuck up. But like, we've done a decent amount too. We've helped a lot of people. But you know, as anything, as you continue on and you encounter even harder and harder situations, I mean, sometimes things happen and can't do everything perfectly. So, what do you think is our biggest fuck up?
Our biggest fuck up?
Yeah.
Fuck. I think I know Fulbrook was.
Yeah,
like,
it's pretty bad. Yeah.
We had so many. There were so many traps and falls that it's like I don't.
I
There was
thought
so
we were
many.
perfect.
I don't know. Having the entire like city be like, it's your fault. Like, how
Yeah.
dare you like release this creature? And this is like, oh, it got so bad. It just started crumbling. And then when you thought it wouldn't get worse, it got worser. It just started like piling on every single day. Like you walk down those stairs like into
Yeah.
that tavern and you realize it's not fucked. Even if you go back up for the next day, it's so crazy.
It was the first time we were faced with like public perception and realities, right? Like, cause like sometimes public perception and reality don't necessarily align, and it could be very frustrating for the people who are just we're trying to help, but these people only see it as, no, you're terrorists, basically. You know, like you came in and fucked shit up, but you're like, no, but we're helping. You would die. You would have died without us here. And sure, we may have fumbled the bag a couple times, but again, public perception is public perception. They're gonna key your horse cart if you fuck up.
Oh yeah, gotta key that horse cart. Horse cart.
Sorry.
I don't even know where that even fits. Where would that key even go?
Well, because they're key the horses? Nah, that's too inhumane.
God, it's like one of those like the magical keys with the like wings and stuff. Just fly away. Lush and
Oh, I
keys.
like it. I like it. I like it.
But yeah, it was crazy. It was an adventure, like entirely. I had a fun time with it though. I was just pretty much like sitting down, like, I like all these really bad emotions. Misty screaming in her mind. I had to the amount of candles I had to burn. I think I burned like over 3 to 4 candles just trying to calm myself and being like, I'm not.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
There's probably like a wax seal on the. It's probably the table's just filled with wax. It's the
Misty's
table,
like,
but
I
it's
need
just a
better
wax
magic,
table.
damn it, because this shit ain't working.
It's not hitting. It's hitting different. I literally had to get Gallant to like start sitting down around these candles because it was just like Gallant is my life force right now.
Professor Willow gave me a bunch of catnip. Would you?
Okay, I just need a fix, bro. I need a fix. Like not this fix, but
By the way,
you
chat,
know,
how's mic
candles,
volumes?
Some potions, maybe.
Am I too loud or
Spice
is
it up a
she too
little?
loud? It's quiet.
Did you know
Just let
that
me know.
Professor Willow? I think like every session they were here and I was there, they gave me more catnip.
Just need more catnip.
More nip.
Just level up the catnip. Just like put them together like the.
There's like a stash hidden somewhere in Chips's room.
You always
You
have to
have
have
a
catnip
stash of
unlock.
Where
Yes.
did you even put that? Where did you even store that? It's under a pillow? What's going on
Oh,
with that?
I have massive storage in my room. You don't need to worry about it.
I don't want to know what's in. I don't want to know what's in your storage if you have a massive storage room.
Really nice pictures of Rook.
Well, what
That
the
makes
fuck?
That makes it worse. I don't know. Yeah, really nice. What type of
I
photos
just
were you
remember
about?
Rook. Okay, is that so bad?
Wait, are we able to see it right now?
Yes, actually. Would you like a tour?
Oh, I would love a tour. Yes.
All right,
go
all
ahead.
right. Here, let me. I think it's over this way. Yeah. Dun, dun,
It's over-
da,
oh,
da,
yeah,
da,
I see it. That's
da,
the
da, 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 da. I bet stand up. Ugh.
Yeah, you gotta stand
The
up.
power of lazy compels me.
Power lazy.
All right,
Yeah.
you hit this. Na, dun, dun, da, 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 da. All right, well, I guess after you.
Oh, I'm going. Look, if I start going to the blender dimension, I'm coming back. Oh. Oh my god. You have so many. You know
Yeah.
what? I feel that. You got a chest. That's cool.
Yeah.
You have gold bars. What are you doing with that?
You guys have been making me rich with the juice, you know,
For
business.
some reason, I thought they kind of look like
Butter?
Butter. Yeah.
They
They look
kinda
like you
do.
just stored butter in here.
Dude, if some monster
Secret
comes in
stash
here
of
and eats
butter.
it, I'm gonna cry.
The butter goblin.
Chips,
will
we're
start
out of
to eat
butter in the kitchen.
No!
Where did you put the butter?
So,
They've
what do
been
you
making
think?
too many cakes.
I think this
You have
is
a
what
lot
they
of
were
weaponry
referring
and
to.
arsenal. Oh my goodness.
The ultimate treasure, hidden
Do you have?
over here.
Okay, you do have.
Oh.
I could
Is that it?
probably melt. I could just melt that.
Yeah,
Just,
but
like, get in there.
don't.
I'm gonna melt your butter.
Don't melt my
Your
butter,
butter's
please.
melted.
I worked hard
You
for
know
that.
what? I'm gonna shape the butter into like another shape. Maybe some mid finger as you walk in.
Okay.
A
All
middle
right,
finger butter.
but this
Sorry,
is the
sorry.
real,
Mm-hmm.
right here, the real treasure.
Oh, the real chip.
do you think?
Do you need this photo? Do you need this now? You know. Oh,
That's
shit,
what you
sorry about
decide to steal out of all these goods? I mean, makes sense.
Look, you told me the precious item was Rook themselves. Why would I take all this where I could just take the main goal? I could have took your butter stash. I could have done that.
Yeah,
but I
no,
decided
you're right,
to
you're
take your
right.
most wanted item, which is Rook.
All right. Well, I like it. It's like home, you know?
Yeah.
Confined
You need more
walls.
butter though.
I'm working on it.
Candles.
The juice
oh my
business
gosh,
is
this
booming.
Is where my candle stash went. I was wondering where it went.
What candle stash?
See
Oh,
all these,
yeah, all these candles.
Yeah, all these candles.
Dude, if Chipz finds them lying around, he snags. So if you left them out, I'm sorry.
My candles, where did they go?
My poor candles, why?
My poor candles, they've gone with the stage of 50 tubs of butter that I left on the table.
Stolen by a strange man who keeps butter and pictures of students in his fucking back room.
Butter and
Where did this
and
come
start
from?
Covering.
Listen, if you
Where
tell
did you
anybody
get a
about that back
gun?
room, I swear to God.
Oh, look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your butter loss. I'll get you more butter. How much butter do you
Alright.
want? You want a top?
Alright.
Gallon? Oh, I got it. Right? Alright, hear me out. A statue that is carved in Rook, but it's butter.
You know, that would look badass. Not gonna lie, an ode to Rook.
Poor Rook. Exploded.
Yeah?
Unsheath the gun. Gotta sheath it. Nope. Oh. We all get stage anxiety.
Nice. Nice.
Nice, you got it.
Alright, where was I? Oh. Sorry. My microphone. My bad. I'm in a weird setup right now. I'm using a microphone and a headset and VR all at the same time.
Yeah,
so
what
professional.
happened? Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's great.
Yeah, I can see that. 100%.
100%.
So, the plan.
Oh, the plan is. Well, okay, yeah. I guess we'll go right into it. What side did you fall on the plan? Besides chaos.
Ballbrook.
You know that boring
Garm.
2-hour meeting that we were all fucking
That was
forced to
2
sit through?
hours?
Yeah, it was 2 hours.
Wow, 2 hours of. Well, I kind of wasn't on any plan. I was just kind of like, you know, when you like have that moment where you're just sitting in a meeting and you're like, wow, turning evil would probably be the more likely plan of doing. My brain was just like thinking of a way to be more evil. And I was like, I can make it worse. I can just start going back down.
Misty, you said you came to the. You said you came to the academy. You said you came to the academy to get smarter, but you're checking out on the meetings.
She has her favorite music playing. She's just vibing.
I'll eventually hear it out. You know, eventually, like, you know, it'll come to me someday or sometime. You know, who knows? And they come in like a letter being like, you missed 17 different meetings. Here is all the information. I'll be like, nah, I'm going evil.
Dude,
open
seriously.
the doors of the vampires. Like, I don't do the ritual.
I mean, they're pretty cut and dry. We like blood. Give it. Yeah. Right? It's that simple.
Well, my blood would be like drinking hot sauce.
Yeah, you could be well, they probably consider you like a pet.
Or a garnish.
Or a garnish?
I don't think they want to eat them.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's more like, since they might be able to be useful, right? So then they might, like, you know, it's like having dogs, right? You release the hellhounds.
Yeah, release the hound. Be like, you know.
Yeah.
trapdoor fall in. I'm just sitting there.
Oh my god.
So, come here.
Imagine, imagine Misty disappears in the middle of Fallbrook in like year 4, where like Godfrey's somehow alive still. He's like, release the hounds. Misty comes out in a big form, like,
This is my daily job. Sorry, I had to like leave. My
Hey,
daily
guys.
job.
Hey,
Hi,
they
guys, how
pay
you
real.
doing?
They got great benefits. Sorry. Here, I got lunch in an
yeah,
hour.
Yeah, I got lunch in an hour. If you stay here,
you
can
want to meet up after
yourself
this?
up. Yeah, you want to meet after this? Like, I ain't even half eaten. I can cut the loss. Give you a roast dinner. Make sure you're happy, and then I have to eat you again. You know.
That was fun. Let's do this again.
Oh, let's do this again sometime. Go back upstairs. Like, okay, I've eaten them.
Oh my god, I'm dying. All right, so then what was your involvement then in the plan? What were you doing? Were you what? I don't know. We had 3 teams, right? Doing something.
Yeah, we've got like 3 teams. You got like the medical side, which is trying to do the cure side of things. You had the diplomat set that was trying to go and talk to the vampires.
And the
you
kill
had
chip
other
side.
And then you got the kill Chip side, which, to be honest, I didn't know Chips was dead until I had like most of my squad being like, we fucked up. Hearing Cortez like have a moment in our room and me having to be like, it's not your fault, this just happens. Meanwhile,
Oh, she
my
found
brain
out
cell-
from Cortez crashing out.
Cortez was crashing out, and I was just like, why is he crashing out? And then meanwhile, my brain's like, Cortez, did you accidentally kill someone right now? Or this is your downfall? I don't know if I should give you like one of those like one of those like golden stars, like you did great, or like try and help him out.
Here's your Twitter longer. Congratulations.
It is a longer. Like, I can help you. It's fine. I believe in you. You got this, bud. Every word of it.
Inexplicably, when you're saying like Cortez was crashing out, and like, no, I think I killed. Just like Misty in Misty's head.
Most of the time, that was my brain cell. Like every time I had information, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know whether or not to just join the vampire side at this point. We're really fucking up, or just continue falling down this pit that the academy is now digging itself in. I don't know. I just kind of like going around the ride, seeing what was gonna happen. Like most of it just seemed to be like falling into place by itself. And if anyone needed arson like that, they could call me. I can light the candles.
You said that like you're a plumber.
Oh yeah, if they need arson,
Can we get a card?
With a...
Do you have a card?
Yeah, just. Oh yeah.
No, thank you.
Should have like a classifieds on the paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a classified arsonist. I make sure the candles are lit and everything is like, the stage is set on fire. Not to walk on, but to be burned.
Burn
That
it
fishing
all.
village or me? Like I just, I went there, set it on fire.
Like, did you actually like
Be
set it on
hilarious.
fire?
Look, when I walked over there and it was on fire, my brain cell was just like, this is not me. Every time
I didn't do it. I
something
didn't do
gets
it.
committed- I didn't do it. Every time like something gets caught on fire, because the amount of times I said I'm gonna do arson, I literally have to say, I didn't do this. This is not what I did. It was crazy. It was the fun.
You need like
shit. I was like, oh god.
You need like a calling card next time to leave next to the arson so that people know which one's yours.
Oh yeah. If you see like a very interesting calling card, that's me. If you don't, then they should have invited me so I could help them cause the arson, and I could have put my calling card on, because then I would be a part of it. But no, they had to do it by themselves, and I'm upset. How dare they do
If
arson
Misty was
without it?
involved, that fishing village,
Yeah.
no more.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't me. There's still remnants left.
It wasn't me. Not anymore, there isn't. If I set you on fire, you're gone now. dust of the wind just to blow them away.
So,
Oh,
all right,
think,
the plan was set, okay? Like, you sat through the meeting. They finally say, this is what we're doing. You're like, okay, cool. Who am I burning? And you were given a task of what? Were you at the party? Were you on the decoy squad? Did what squad? Or did you hang back and were you in the city when all the shit went down?
I was in the city. I was like
Okay.
helping them defend the city itself. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Got it. And how'd that go for you? Was that I mean, you guys did a pretty decent job from a DM perspective. Like, you guys had pretty much everything well done. I mean, it's hard. It was a very hard battle because it was from
Unlock.
within. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When did you
Totally,
guys
you know.
figure out that you needed to stop the outpouring from the werewolf district?
I think like actually I don't think I was a part of a character. I think it was like the NPCs causing the damage. I think I was actually fighting them. So
Where was Misty?
Wafting through a field of poppies, most likely. Like burned bush or something. I don't know. Just somewhere.
In a room, music
In a
music
room,
blasting.
music blasting. You know, being
Lots
like
of
nothing could
candles.
happen. I think I was just like out and about. Surprisingly, I think I had to
Mhm.
I think it was the decoy. Because after I caused issues for the people that were inside the city, being like a werewolf, I had a fun time growling and attacking and just having the most time of my life. And then turning back to Missy and being like, okay, I have to like bring this decoy out of the city so all these werewolves actually come and attack us and stuff. And that was like crazy. Like we started going backwards. I think that was like a hefty fight, surprisingly. I think it took us like a while to like fight all those werewolves that was coming out of nowhere. It was crazy. Certain people were getting slashed in the back, like a lot of damage was being taken. Misty was just like, yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna last, but you know what? I'm gonna go out burning.
Mhm.
Even if it's my friends or the werewolves. The werewolves are gonna be like hairless cats by the end of the time I finish with them. So their fur will be burnt off. But, you know, took werewolf one.
Yeah, why not?
Fuck it, I'll just eat it. It's fine.
Fuck it. So we've had a lot of trying battles, you know, really hard ones. Did you think, where do you rate Fallbrook as far as you know, hardest to easiest? I think probably specifically the keep battle probably would have been the most craziest as far as intensity and longevity. Man, we were fighting like almost 4 to 5 hours straight, I think. So
Oh my god, wait, yeah.
yeah, that's real
We're really
time.
going at
And most battles, by the way, are usually decided a little bit quicker than that. So, nice.
It's because it was a
like,
series of millions of fights.
Yeah.
think like throughout the entirety of like Fullbrook, it was like at a 5. Like the first like entrance was like maybe a 4 because it was a little like tense, but it just gradually went up. And I think at the very end, I gave it like a 9 or a 10 because of
Interesting.
how tense it was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, we
it was,
lost-
like crazy.
We lost Arbor and I had yeah.
Both great people has gone, and I was like, oh god, why? Like, I don't.
It's so
Even though
sad.
they were-
Oh my
It
god.
was very sad. It was a very sad moment. I'm very like, it's crazy. I think that's why like it boosted up to a 10 or a 9 because of like we actually had individuals like, you know, lose in battle, and that was. Oh my god. I think it would have been a lot worse if we didn't all work together. I think more people would have, like, perished due to the amount of intensity that was. Many people's emotions were at that high limit, and it was crazy.
Speaking of emotions being high, after the keep,
No?
do you remember? Do you remember? No, you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. No. Okay.
No,
Okay. Okay.
please.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I totally didn't do anything. No.
Okay. Okay. We're best
Yeah.
buds. Hoshi and Misty are best buds.
Yeah, best buds. There was no fighting. There was no telling Hoshi to go do it themselves, and there was no fight between whether or not Galen was seen as bad people at the very end of it. Yeah, that's great. It's a good
That's
talk.
great.
We had a really civil conversation.
Very
Totally
civil.
Misty, not just getting upset and frustrated and just saying what is true and what is not. Yeah, great, 100%. No problem.
I see. Some aggressive passively about something that was aggressive. Understood.
Yes.
What drove Misty to lash out like that?
I think it was just like the build-up of like hearing people's decisions and how it kept fucking everything up, like the most other like people's emotions or like stature, because like some people were just like there to be like, oh yeah, like I am a princess, I can do business deals here. We're trying to like save their area from going to war with each other. Why are we like putting more unnecessary political stuff in there? And there was just like people trying to like be yeah, they were trying to like make everything seem that nothing was wrong or we totally knew what we were doing, and then meanwhile we're like, we do not know what we are doing. We are just digging ourselves a grave or like trying to shove dirt on something and hopefully it doesn't like spread or doesn't like get out. I think at that
And then
point
Hoshi goes,
it's just like
walks by.
oh yeah, Hoshi walks by, like everything, like feeding off emotions, having to deal with like taking a bunch ton of candles, having to make sure her squad doesn't disappear, and just having that moment of I can't really do very much. However, hopefully that these words don't bite me in the ass. Well, it did. It bit me in the ass real hard, and I was just like, wow, I really said that to Hoshi. I'm sorry, buddy. I had to mute myself and be like, I'm so sorry, Hoshi. No.
I hit the cat!
I hit the cat! No, Orc hit me too, and we know we like brawled right in the camp, even though we brawled a big werewolf and captured them again.
Didn't Dara's like fucking deck Misty, I think?
Oh yeah, it was gonna be a whole ass battle. If
Whoa,
nobody stopped
what?
us. Like we were gonna. Yeah,
You
Dars
were-
got really upset about what
Yeah.
Missy was saying.
We talked about this last week.
Listen, I want more. I want
Okay,
their
okay.
side.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I feel that.
So?
Your
Oh,
side.
my side? Oh, my
Yeah.
side? Oh,
Mhm.
God. Alright.
Yeah.
My side was that... I don't know how to describe it. It was like really like, well, shit, I understand why I got hit, and I understand why people were upset with Misty about saying what she said. Because, like, you know, how she was in a very, unstable moment. Because, like, Chipz disappeared. They had no one to, like, you know, keep them safe. They also had other people doing stupid stuff, and Missy still doesn't know what Hoshi was kind of going through, and she kind of still felt bad about it. But hopefully, when she does like go to the academy or like eventually start talking to Hoshi more often, maybe she can be like, "Hey, I'm sorry for yelling at you and telling you to go by yourself, and you shouldn't feel like you are alone. Like you have people, around the academy that can support you, even though
Right.
I can't support you. You know." I know that
But-
other people that are more, they're there and stuff like that.
Okay, but
Oh, yeah, we haven't actually had a chance to talk after that, huh?
Okay,
I don't think
I'd like
so.
to say one thing. You said you understand why you got hit. I still don't think it was a justification for getting socked. I mean, Jamie got socked
Oh,
for
yeah.
killing somebody. All right, you got socked because you hurt Hoshi's feelings. They are not the same.
Oh no. That's very true. I guess I don't know why Dars hit me in the face. I guess.
Well,
I
you
guess
guys are
I'm
both
still, like-
aggressive. I think is maybe is that your guys' love language or some shit? I don't know.
You know what's really funny is that me and Doris, like, I think it was like at the very end where we're all like settling down and stuff like that. Doris and I just started punching each other, being like, "You can punch me back," like and I was just like, "Okay," and we started like
Okay.
slowly punching each other.
Okay.
We'll fix that relationship, and then we got friends again. Started punching each other, started to get some banter.
It's starting to make
You're
boom,
right.
sense.
So you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're
So it's
right.
how you
I
guys
love
communicate a
language.
little bit. See, because to be obviously, because I guess he's an orc, you're a hellhound, so aggressive society is a little bit more, I guess. So sure, I guess. For us, it'd be like, why the hell did you punch me in the face? I'm never gonna talk to you again, you evil, vindictive asshole.
Meanwhile, me and Doris going like, "Oh, so that's what you did last week." Just started touching each other. Like, oh, glad happy for the family. Just more
Oh, that was a
slap.
good left hook. Maybe you should try one of these.
Good left hook. Yeah, please. Crazy, God. But yeah, it was great. It was a fun time.
Nice. Okay. All right. Well, you've been alone now, because your character was dating Rex for a good while. In fact, it was the serious relationship, the big series, and then now all alone. How is Misty dealing with the loneliness?
Well, the first time like Rex went back to the vineyard to help with family issues, she felt very alone. Like most of the time, Misty would have talked to Rex like most of the time about like issues, about stresses, and Rex would understand. But when
Right.
she started to not really talk to a lot of people like outside of Gallant, like she'll talk to Narali and Liang and all of her crew, but she would be like, well, they have their own like adventures. Like I'm by myself, and she would like literally sleep outside of Rex's door, hoping he'll like come out to talk to her again. Be like, "Oh yeah, everything's fine. Let's go." And she's like, "Well, shit. I'm by myself in a school that is very
Aw.
unstable, and I have no one to understand that. I'm hurting, and I don't like telling people that I am, because I'm that type of like tough person that goes." Yeah, I hate this, but I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going strong, and I gotta just do ours, and then hopefully it disappear. And it kind of got worse and worse. She was just like, well, now I have to figure out what's gonna happen. And when new cadets came in and took over his room, she was just like, I gotta take the photo out of Lex's room and put it in my room, and be like, I'm coming home. Like once I finish with this, I'm coming home, and that is what I'm doing. So it kind of like gave her a little confidence of being like, this is what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for to get out of here so I can live a life that I've never had before, which is like freedom, true friendship, to bonds that she will most likely never had if she never went to the academy. So
Have you found
Aw.
any replacement for just talking, or is the sense of loneliness still there?
Eventually, she started to talk to like Liang, and she started to talk to Bio. A lot
But
of
they
time.
just left you.
Yes, exactly.
Can you
So
believe them?
it's crazy, right? Oh wow, I love all the Gallant. And then the funniest thing, I think like when shit was hitting the fan, when these like sprouting crystals started causing more damage, the time that they literally said was when we were guarding the crystal, Liang and Bio announced that they would be leaving. Right in the
Aw.
middle of when we're guarding. So all the Gallant levels of like happiness of like Gallant's like that crew that is like there is no issues, there's no problems,
Right.
there's no infighting, like they are the ones to like stop people from doing bad stuff.
The hope.
That level of that hope just went all the way down. We're like our literal
Aw.
like leader that has been helping other people, like Liang being our lead, has now like is going, and Bio is now going due to war purposes. I'm like, wow, we're fucked. You know what's really bad? And we're like, well, shit, who's gonna be the next leader? They actually handed Misty the leadership role. And was like, Misty, it's your time now. Because Misty always wanted to be the leader of Gallant. And she got constantly told, you're not ready. You'll be the last person to be the leader. The only time you'll be the leader is when every gallant member has perished. That is your
Oh
time for
my
leadership.
god!
That's literally what they told me.
What?
Surprisingly, it was Rex as well. Rex told me you're not stable enough to do that. Rex said some really interesting stuff. It was like kind of like
That's fucking brutal.
Was horrible. I believe
Yeah,
in.
so
I'm gonna
Missy
be
never-
honest. I've seen you in the teacher arc, and you're damn good.
I literally messed around most of the time. It was just like fucking around. It was having a fun time. I was just like, I'm just gonna be Misty, and I'm gonna be her, more stable, more able to control herself, and still teaching everyone to control.
Which one were you at? First or second one?
I think it was the first one. The first
Okay,
one was
okay.
like my first time that I was just like, I want to see Misty as a teacher. Was it cursed? Yes, it was very cursed to have
It was
Misty
awesome.
having a teacher role. It was a really awesome moment, really fun. Most of my Gallon team was amazing. I had such a fun time. They were like, I think there was one moment of where I think we were like fighting, our amazing individual, that was portraying the evil guy. We literally had one of the member crash out, but I didn't know that. One of our gallant member. I searched when everyone went back up and started leaving that area. I searched that entire area for that gallant member, because she's that person that sees gallant as like, these are my family. I need to keep these guys in check. And when one of them left, she was just like, "Did I lose a gallant? Please don't tell me I lost the gallant. I don't want that to happen to me." And as we were doing the jumping puzzle, as soon as they like were coming back, I literally grabbed them and was like, "You motherfucker! I tried searching for you for ages. I'm glad you're alive. But fuck! I'm sorry. I died. And I was just, it's okay. It's all right. I'm glad you're back. But yeah, it was.
The squad
It was
thing was
great.
so cool for the tryouts.
Yeah. Well, I'm still flabbergasted, by the way. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking back to everything you just said about how you just been told your whole existence at the academy that you're unworthy to be a leader, and then now it's just been handed
yeah.
to you. But so like, that's obviously gonna self-doubt is just gonna be there as you are doing this thing, and that's gonna be something you're gonna have to get over. That's insane. Cool story.
Oh yeah, it's definitely that like moment of when you get handed like a leader role. Like she was thinking, you know what, it's probably going to be handed to Lenneth. It's going to be handed to like, you got the Raleigh being like, why are you not taking it? And it's like she doesn't want to. And after a while, she's like, wow, we have like all of us trying to figure out where we're gonna go, what's gonna happen, who's gonna fuck up next. Because Misty's just like, am I truly ready to take this leadership role? Am I ready to put myself forward and be like, hey, I'm ready to be this? Or am I not? Am I not ready? Like all those people that's telling me you're not ready to be a leader may start slowly creeping back in, and she may like self-doubt, make like she fears of losing her gallant squad because of her decisions. Even though she likes messing around and likes like causing problems and having just a little bit of like moments, she's like, oh shit, if I mess up, like Gallant takes the fall. It's not just me anymore. It's not like me getting in trouble by the teachers and being scolded by doing something. It's like Gallant may die or may get injured, and it's because of her decision. Which is the funniest thing, decision-wise, is that I think when we're like all back at the academy, and we were like, I think a couple of group of us were going out of the bubble to figure out the roots of the issues with plants coming out of the ground for the crystals. Because I know that we were talking to Professor K about like, oh, where does these roots come from? Where are they going? Like,
Right.
are they going to somewhere else? We literally walked up, and like as Misty was about to walk like out of the bubble, we had Nerali being like, weren't we told to like stay in the bubble so we didn't get in trouble? Misty was just like, my first point of being a leader is we go. Down the bubble. Just like, oh, I love this. This is great. I could just do my own thing. I can...
The
Finally.
power.
If
The
I
power
want to
of
set
being a leader.
fire to that building, I can.
I can. I can say, me being a leader, my leader point of business is we set fire to that building and we call it we call it a day. We don't look back. We let
Oh,
it
that's the
burn,
enemy
we lock
camp?
doors,
Arson!
yep.
Arson.
Going once, going twice. Oh well, here we go.
No objections.
No objections. Like everyone's just like lowered or like taped or like roped. Like any like
Or
problems?
injured.
Love it.
Anyone injured? You know? Oh, crazy.
So, all right.
Someone's, like, struggling.
You've
Just like,
now been in your leadership role for how long then?
I was like surprisingly not that long. I think
Mhm.
maybe like three to 4 sessions of just being a leader. I think it was only 3,
Okay.
surprisingly. 'Cause we're finishing the kind of like the startup of the next path for our adventures for Ascension.
Mm-hmm.
Because we
Well-
were like going up to the
Then you were there for the obviously the fight. So how'd you guys handle the fight under your leadership? The graveyard fight. That's
Graveyard?
the word. Poof.
Got it.
She was definitely keeping an eye on Gallant. She was learning how kind of like how Liang did his leadership, making sure everyone was together 24/7, making
Mm.
sure where everyone was. And because Gallant is definitely a back squad, they like being in the back, they like supporting the back, all the front, depending on they definitely like being more closer together, and constantly Misty would be searching for like all of her Gallant squad when they would branch off, and I think like she stopped doing that once we started like gathering all the coffins for the cadets to like try and move them away from all the
Mhm.
Army of Darkness creatures, being like, okay, we need to move this, like we can't have them take these. I think we all kind of split off, like, but even though they split off, like Misty knew where everyone was. They knew what area they were at, and she was like, okay, well, I have to rely on my squad. Like, even though I am the leader, I can't babysit them. I have to allow them to explore and to learn their own thing. Because if I start choke holding them and being like, you can't leave, you have
There
to
you
stay
go.
by my side, they wouldn't do anything, and it
No.
would be a problem. But yeah, it was interesting. It was chaotic. But then we all came together, and we definitely were like, this is it. This is what I've done. Misty still doesn't know if she's done a good job. She was just like, maybe I'm doing all right. I don't know. No one has told me I'm doing something wrong, so maybe she'll gain more confidence as it goes on, or maybe she'll lose it, depending on what people say or what people do.
Yeah, but that
'Cause she's
self-doubt
worried
is
about-
horrible to have.
yeah.
God damn, those voices just constantly negative. Man,
If
even
you're
in real
scary
life,
enough, they won't doubt you.
dude. In real life, have you ever been like having people nag on you and like tell you all these negative
Ugh.
things? That shit weighs
Oh my
on
God.
you. It's just like
Yeah?
horrible. So, man, Misty, I'm rooting for you.
Hope so. Got this. I'm rooting for
Prove
myself.
him wrong.
Even though I'm playing, I'm like, whew. I think Misty's definitely hiding a lot of scars, and she's definitely seen that. You know, she's got, well, the scars of her decisions and the scars of like people seeing her as
Mhm.
out of control and not capable of being a leader due to that
Yeah.
out of controlness. So, yeah.
Well, when you first came to the
crazy.
academy, you were kind of out there, but you were.
Oh yeah.
It was like a rabid dog, you know, just hasn't had a home before, and it doesn't know how to settle down. Literally, your lore. It's been in the wild for so long,
Dog.
and then now it's like trying to like, you know, all right,
Trying to be like,
domesticate, I
crazy, but
guess.
yeah.
It's a horrible word, I guess.
Domesticate. Domesticate hound.
There are 2
Wow, that's
hounds
crazy.
inside of you.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh.
What?
Oh,
I don't know
never
what that
mind.
means.
Oh, like 2 wolves inside of you. Like there's
Oh,
a
it's like
meme.
saying or something.
There's a meme.
Oh,
It's
I
a
know
meme.
the meme.
It could be taken like so out of context, but you know what? We're not
True.
gonna think
Yeah?
about that.
Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were
Wait, then
going
why
down
did you
that road, I
why
thought
did you make the response you did?
Don't
This
worry
is
about
not
it.
that kind of show, guys. Hello?
It's not that type of it's not that type. That type, guys. To do it.
We're
It's
not in the
that
other
type.
room right now.
Yeah, we didn't take you.
The other room? Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe it, dude. Man, Missy's had a rough, but okay, you did have behavioral stuff at the beginning, right? Weren't you reading that book? You and what's her name? Esme.
Yes, I was reading about like the emotions, the whole different type of emotions, like
Yeah.
it's like childish, like all the aggressions, yeah.
Yeah,
She was
because you
thinking
guys are trying to
about,
understand it.
I was trying to understand it, trying to figure out like why she's freaking out, why is she so upset and aggression, and it's pretty much due to her not killing her copy. They copied the emotional side of it, so she's like fighting the human side and also the hound side of things. And it's kind of like crashing down, being like, this is not supposed to happen. So she's like,
Oh no. She's getting
Yeah.
her therapy from a book.
I'm getting my therapy from a book. It's great. Also, there's one page that says "Don't get angry, forehead," and it's put down by Rex, one of Rex's family members.
There you go.
It's great.
So did you and
Shit, I
Esme
should do that.
become friends during that whole thing?
Oh yeah, like we started getting closer and closer, more hanging out. Definitely just like having that. I think because of Esme's mindset, I think those two mindsets came
Mindset?
together and was just like, wow, this is great.
What kind of mindset?
Oh, like
are you-
kind of.
What do you think?
Oh, being like, oh yeah, just like seeing an eye, being like, oh, like what would happen if you squished that eye? And we kind of like had a conversation about that, and we're like,
So you guys
like,
are just
really
very
crazy
random, flighty,
stuff.
heads in the clouds.
A lot
Their
of
brain
heads
cells
clouds.
connected.
Yes.
That day.
Yeah, we connected, and then it just became like that fireball that just continued.
Brain
burning
cell
and adding
to
fuel.
brain cell.
Together, they
Yeah.
equated 2 plus 2
Communication.
equals 5.
Woo! My brain cells. So good.
I miss
more
Esme.
cells, guys.
Sage, Pookie
I miss
time.
Esme too.
Shit, same. I'm spooky.
Mm-hmm.
Parapuki, yeah. I was like, hopefully they're doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. I miss a lot of people, you know. You get to know them. It's just
Yeah.
like high school, right? It's like, man, my classmates. I don't see them much anymore. Some of my old time classmates.
It's gonna be weird not like seeing like Liang go to the training area and start
No.
training, and Dial also
Yeah, by
like,
himself and
messing
yeah.
around by
You-
himself
you'll be-
training.
You'll need pictures of him in swimsuits, like who got with the right thing.
Alright guys, I know. Dear Liang, I know you're currently trying to deal with some frozen problems, but could you send me a photo of you in a swimsuit so I can, I can remember you? Also, dear
Oh
Bio, that
my
also
God.
counts as you. Send the letters. They might not even go through. They might like all the fairy mail will be like, okay, let's like this fairy just sits down on a table and starts reading it and sees that and goes, I don't wanna, nope, closes the fairy mail. But yeah, it's crazy.
No, we can't have a swimsuit of every Ascension Academy student that's left.
They're all lined up.
I mean, there's enough blackmail against our student body. It's bad.
Yeah. That's pretty bad. Yeah. Oh. It's
All
fine.
right.
It's fine.
So, all right. Now, since we're getting down to the wire, so give me your funniest moment if you can recall.
My funniest moment, I think it was the lava scene. The lava scene when we
Yeah.
were like,
Okay. Yeah. It's still pretty
that was
funny.
the funniest moment.
Yeah.
I don't think
Impactful and
anything
funny.
could top that.
Yeah.
Impactful and funny because like in the end, like my brain was just like thinking of, oh, it can't be that big. Like there is no physical way this big monster is gonna come out of that. And then I turn around for like a brief second, and all I see Gavin is like, "Whoa, Misty, whoa!" I didn't hear him say anything, but I saw clips of him freaking the fuck out, being like, "Misty, behind you!" And then, like, I think seeing the other clip of it being the remnant of me, like the monster on top of the
Mhm.
volcano being dragged in, I was just like, that bit will never get old. That was so.
Were you
fucking
laughing in
Yeah.
the moment?
I was laughing in the moment. I was just like, are you actually kidding me? Are you actually kidding me right now? I'm being
The
dragged by a
consequences
monster.
of my
The
actions.
consequences of misjudging a tiny lava pool that I was just gonna dip my feet in, be like, I'm having a good time. No, it's a deep, big, deep lava boat that a big creature came in. I was like, well, there he goes.
He was just taking a bath. You interrupted him. How do you think he feels?
He probably saw this like rubber ducky hellhound looking ass trying to get into the lava pit. Picked them up, said you're fine now. We're going like we're a fucking speedboat
Yeah.
of my existence into the water.
I'm
Oh,
now
God.
imagining an alternate where there's no monster. Misty steps into the pool of lava, and like,
Start sinking. Like, dun 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 dun. Continue.
Misty, no!
Misty, no! I'm okay, guys. Don't worry about it. I'm sinking really slowly, but I'm not dying. And they're all sobbing. They're all crying, being like, "Misty, no! Don't go in! Don't! Don't go to
He's
the
in
light!"
her element.
I am in my element.
All right, so we got your funniest moment. All right, let's get your saddest moment. Is there any time you were moved to tears so bad that it affected you?
My saddest moment? I think it was like when we were all like standing around and we were like remembering like Rook like dying.
Aw.
We're all kind of like sitting like most of the time that we had like characters like perish or get missing in action is like the time that you're like, wow, I'll never be able to interact with this character ever again.
Yeah.
And that kind of like sucks ass. Like I think that's where it goes to a point where I'm like, even though I get to like talk to the role player themselves and get to talk to them outside, but like inside it's like, wow, this character really impacted me. Even though like moments I'm like, I've never talked to this character a lot, but it still like gets you. It
Mhm.
still trips you up, even though you're like, oh, I'll see them like later. I'll be playing like another game with them like in 5 minutes, but I'm like stopping over this character. I'm like,
But
oh.
Rook, it's not
But
Rook.
Rook, no, it's not Rook. It's like it's very impactful. You just know, and then like even though it wasn't like Misty, even like Kari that died, like having that moment, like that's what really got me too. I think the most moment of when we went to Kari Town, where that statue kind of got released to like show that hey,
Yeah.
this is Kari
Yeah.
Town. That was crazy. That's what really got me too. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
There was
So
a lot of good
impactful.
stuff. Yeah. I like the whole Kari Town origins. The fact that we built that whole, thing
I
up from the
love
ground up.
that like, yeah. We it started as a little camp, and then now it's like fucking city.
Now it's its own place, and we should have been mayors. You know what? That should be our town. But it's not,
We should have got shares.
right? I mean, hell, we had an arc where we were selling property for a while. We didn't even.
Oh my god.
Wait, I remember that.
Yeah, remember? It was, one of our visits to Kari Town. Yeah, there was plots of land because we've been there for every stage of development, right? And so like we were there when new houses were being built, and then one of the small missions, daily missions, was to help sell those places to people.
You know what's really funny is that Paprika actually I got Paprika at Kari Town. I think it was like at the second. I got
That's perfect.
eggs at Kari Town. And then like now Paprika is like, look at him, we're grown up. I miss Paprika so much. I'm like, oh, my bean. I love them so much. I love playing them. Such a fun time, just like going around being man.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's just moments, those times where you're like, wow, I got Paprika at I think it's like the mid stage when all the houses were actually being built, and there was like I used to be like a farm area there. But it kind of got moved once we had like more buildings being built and the development started going up. So I kind of like it was very like emotional, being like, huh, this tiny little chick is not afraid of me. That's strange. And it goes back to like Misty having this egg on hand, teaching herself how to like control her fire and her flames, to like having this little tiny chick being like, well, you're mine now. we're, we're going on adventures, and it's all grown up. And
Yeah.
she painted her chicken during, I think it was like Halloween, when we started using the Fey paint to stop painting things. She just Fey painted her chicken into this like dark, evil, brooding chicken. And she was thinking about like turning the chicken into like an actual demon chicken. But she was just like, if I do this with my demon blood, it may not turn out correctly, and she doesn't want to lose Paprika over some silly mistake that she may regret like afterwards. Because yeah, demon blood is very mutating if you keep getting it on yourself.
All right. So yeah, that's the saddest. I'm with you. I'm with you. All right. We should open it up to some questions.
Yeah.
See it? Get it for me.
Alrighty. What are your questions, Chad?
It's time. Hit
Yeah,
him.
give me some burning questions.
Imagine posted a Misty moment.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
There you put it up.
We'll grab it right here. Come on.
Yeah, I was gonna take
Turn up the volume, probably.
What's the cat doing?
I have no idea. Tell me when the volume
What
for
does
me
it
is
say?
real low. There you go.
Yeah, it is.
You don't want to know?
Bye. Oh.
You don't want to know? I fucking bugged it.
That was a perfect U-turn.
That was a
That's all it took.
perfect
That's all it took
I
for
remember
her
that.
to pull a full 180. Oh, that's great.
Oh, God.
That's pretty much it. Very, very
That was my brain
curious.
up being like, I gotta figure out what's going on. I
Say
need
less.
to.
Yeah, exactly.
Say less. Do more. Just gotta do it. Actions speak louder than words, and I did the action. I was just like, yep, we're going. We're doing it.
What was that about, anyway?
Yeah, well, yeah, what was
I
that?
think it was about like, I actually don't remember. I think it was about like
Visitor?
something was happening or something. I think it was a visitor or something, and we
That
like
would make
were
sense,
running
yeah.
out or running
Mm.
towards them, or something was intriguing. I don't remember. It's been such a long time.
I
And
mean,
because the audio was really low, I couldn't really hear it very well. Let me turn the audio up myself. Let me just like, there we go. That's better. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. Like most of these, I don't even remember what was going on, man. I'm sometimes playing
It's-
Misty's like I'm on autopilot sometimes. Like my brain cell just turns off.
well, to
I'm like,
me,
well, here we
that was a
go.
perfect example of I'm trying to be good, but then someone just says one thing, and you're just like, you know what? Fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
fuck it,
it's
we're
just,
going. We're doing
yeah,
it.
we roll, you know. Like the book says,
Fucking
I.
bitch, I'm in.
Yeah.
Fuck it, bitch. I'm in. All cards in. All cards in. Let's go. You know.
I don't know.
If you don't, you might regret it. Who knows?
True.
We've got a question.
Oh.
So let's see. When Misty discovered what Jamie did she expect that things would escalate into Jamie being arrested?
Surprisingly, the funniest thing is that when I saw the crime scene and there was like gold in front of me, I literally was gonna take the gold coins and not really. I kind of like sat at the very top of the crime scene where we had all the evidence, we had the dug-in mark, we had like the clothing, and then all the pile of money.
Get that
Misty
butter.
picked up the clothing, put it in a hole, buried it, doubted whether or not to take the golden coins because that was a lot of golden. I think it was like 83 golden pieces in like a
He was
bag.
about to be
She
an
was like,
accomplice.
Your loop,
I was
your
about to be
loop,
accomplice.
goblin brain, bro.
I was just like, I'll just go grab those coins and no one's gonna figure out. And then I was just like, I talked to Jamie, and I talked to Jamie, and I was just like, I won't tell anyone, I'm not gonna do that to you. And I was just like, all right, well, shit, everything's on my conscience. Like Misty had a moment of like, I gotta tell Liang, I gotta tell my squad, I gotta tell someone, and I trust them because they'll probably like kick me back into gear. I literally told like when I was like bringing everyone to Gallant's room, I told them about like, so I think this happened. Just don't tell anyone. She didn't want to bother. She was just like, I don't want to bother with these people. They can fuck off. Like, sure, one person died, but like, who's gonna care if they're not gonna find them? I got 83 golden coins if I pick that bag up. Who's gonna miss those? You know?
Wait, did you take those home?
No, I didn't take them home. I put them in the in the hole.
Ah,
I was thinking about it. I was just like, wow.
well, it's still there
just, like,
then.
It's still there then. Yeah, the clothing and the bag of coins. It all
Just
was
right
You
there.
there.
left yourself a
Mailed
good
to,
to-go
Hannah.
package just in case you go
Yeah,
back.
pretty much. If I go back, if I need some money, some cash, go to the bar.
It's such a
82
dog
coins.
thing to do. The funnier
I'll pick
thing
that
is
one
she's
up
in
later.
werewolf town, and they were probably doing the same thing. They probably have a ditch next to hers that's an actual bone.
Just
Or
looks
another
the
dead
same
body.
tree. Just the same tree, like this
Yeah,
top, like
same tree.
freaking werewolf. It's like, sup, bro? Like, what are you here for? Oh, it's a really good bone. Oh, what are you here for? I have to pay the bill for the bar, and there's like 82 coins in here. Like, don't worry about the dress. The dress came with it. We don't talk about it. Oh, that's
We
cool.
have-
Just pick them up.
We have Imagine in the chat
Uh-oh.
saying, calling you Judas.
Wait, what?
That's fine. I can't deny that. I can't be upset with that. Yeah, I feel that.
Judas.
I do it.
What does she think of Jamie now after all of that?
After all of that, I think in the end, she's just like, Jamie is most likely gonna try and kill Misty. Like at the academy, she's just like, there's gonna be one time where I'm gonna be in a room. I'm gonna be in a room by myself with Jamie, and there's gonna be a moment where we both just stand there and we just stare at each other. Because I think there was a moment where Jamie saw Misty and we just stared at each other at the academy for like hours. Not really hours, like about 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, just like
Just
staring at each
stared?
other. We just
What
started
are you
staring at each other,
thinking?
like, every time we walked. I was just like, yeah,
Is that your Jamie?
great.
What are you thinking?
What are you thinking? I'm
Right
gonna give
now.
you Misty.
Do you like corn?
Do you like corn? Oh my god. Like, sir,
Say yes. I dare you.
Say yes, I dare you. Ah, yes, coin.
Silver Misty.
Misty's gone, yeah. Misty's just blasted. or gets attacked. Like I was waiting. I was waiting for Jamie to like swing at Misty.
All
I
right,
was
well, let's
like,
get your opinions on Jamie. Is he a lost cause in your eyes?
um, surprisingly, yes and no at the same time. I feel like Jamie could wiggle his way back, but at the same time, because of the downfall and people were not looking at him great, she's like, that's a snack because of all the bad emotions. However, I gotta be a good person and try and like get you back to like your former glory. But sadly, due to Jamie now showing the true colors of being very negative against certain species, she's like, I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. She's like staying away,
Aw.
being like, maybe I'll make it worse if I continue staying around him, and maybe he,
Okay,
who knows?
just for the record, Chipz
Mhm.
probably hates vampires more than Jamie.
Yeah, I feel that. I see that.
Just for the record.
I wonder why.
All right, we got another one.
Yes.
Who does? I assume this
I agree,
means
Jamie.
for.
Hold on before we move on.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think his motives were necessarily race based. His motives were purely this person was a threat, or he perceived they threatened, and he didn't like them. So, yeah, well, that's a deadly combo.
Lenora.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he was just pissed off.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
I could definitely see the pissed off, and that's why she's like, yeah,
'Cause
you got
remember-
upset and you're angry, yeah.
All of that was spawned because he cares about his fellow students, right? So like he's mad. He doesn't. Okay, part of this requires a little bit of empathy, and you have to get in the mind of a murderer, obviously, because it's what we're doing right now. But in his eyes, he was helping his fellow students who were all sworn to protect, which are your friends too, which you would agree. Someone threatens your friends, you want to burn their house down with them in it, right? Fuck them.
Yeah.
And that's what this person was perceiving to do in his mind, right? And whether that threat was real or still real at the time, because at that point we had already won the battles, it was still fresh. We were an hour or two after a fierce battle with these things. And normally in engagements like this, like in real life, right? Even if you call a ceasefire, not everyone on the lines are getting that ceasefire call immediately. So while like you have some people that are like, having drinks and they're signing the agreement, everything's hunky dory, you have other people over here still slaughtering each other in hand-to-hand combat. So like it sucks, but it's the reality of the truth of the matter, right? It's nitty-gritty. And part of this was perceived threat, another threat, so he was just taking care of the threat. Now, with that, our students have done this on many occasions. However, this was premeditated and a little fucked up, and obviously we can all agree it was bad. But in his defense, if we're looking at the murderer as is, it wasn't really racial based per se, in my opinion.
Oh no, it wasn't. It was like, seeing definitely vampires cause a lot of your friend like discomfort, and doing that action was very valid. I probably Misty would have probably done the same if that would have happened. I would burn their house down
Right.
with them in it.
Yeah.
So like imagine watches all of these just to try to get some like.
Well, it's interesting, right? Because like, I mean, because I'm with them. It's interesting because the students have done really bad things. They've murdered people, and have justified it with the same exact justification he's using. The only reason why it's different was because it happened after the fact, when everything was supposedly. By the way, this was the most messiest situation we've ever been in. So honestly, this actually makes the most sense. Has thought to J. I wasn't expecting it, but good stuff. By the way, this arc is
good RP. Good RP.
Yeah. But yeah, it was definitely interesting. Because looking at it, it's interesting to see people's mindsets and why they're accepting of one person's reasoning for murder, and why another person's reasoning isn't accepted. And then where is the line for the academy and their morals themselves, which is literally the question Chipz brings up, but I think was during Fallbrook, was who are we moralically, right? Like, what do we stand for now at this point? And I don't know. Can you agree that we're united anymore? I would say we're the most divided we've ever been.
No, we're very divided after that entire scenario. I think we got more divided by after, and hopefully we can get back together before other
Yeah.
bad things happen. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Don't feel.
Man.
Oh yeah. Imagine. Don't feel too bad. Like all the stuff that happened at Fallbrook, there's like big bad evil guys doing all this stuff, but like stuff that are contentious with like character moments with
Mhm.
people that everyone's like connected to. It's like those like really hit and like was really impactful. So that's why it comes
Yeah.
up so frequently.
Yeah, and
Oh,
Fallbrook
yeah,
had a lot of them,
Yeah.
yeah.
Another question. Who does? I assume this means. We'll ask it for Misty and you, Static. Are there characters that you or Misty want to interact more with at the academy?
I would like to interact with like Victor more. I don't really get to interact with Victor. He's definitely
Love Victor.
Good luck.
he just vanishes. He's like where's Waldo in like the academy
Mhm.
version,
Yeah.
trying to like figure out where he goes. Um, I think me as an individual, I like I think just interacting with more of the cast. I don't get to like all of um Ignis. Like I would like to interact with Chipz more often because I don't really get to do that. I think the last interaction I had with Chipz is when we both like fighting. Like I was in my hound form and we took down that like bat when it was flying in Fallbrook when we were fighting, and there was also that like first ever interaction with Chipz where we were at the library together and he was eating chips really loudly in front of Misty in the library. And she got so upset with that. I remember that. But yeah, probably more interaction with Chipz would be great. And especially just like all of everyone, like just to kind of sit down, and be like, you know what, I need to catch up. I need to catch up on all my friends because sometimes when you stay around one person, you tend to miss out on a lot of like that really good character interactions. Even though like I've been in the academy for a very long time, I'm like, I need to start trying to get more connected with people. Because I'm very
Mhm.
like
Right.
Misty's character is very isolating. Very, like she'll only pick certain people to hang out. She's like, should
Right.
probably brand off a bit.
Anyone just kidding. Let's.
Anyone else? That weird cat that hangs around like
Maybe green?
maybe green. Flowing in the wind. It's a fan. Anyone perfectly green?
What are Misty's thoughts on Chipz after Fallbrook? Does she even know like what went down with the Chipu?
Probably like the way that Misty definitely sees that is that Chipz I think it was like all over the place. She understood, like he was very like all over the place because he was trying to figure out what the school was for. I think it was like especially during when we went to the fishing village, where the houses were burning and the professors were trying to like give orders, and Chips was just like, we need to save these people. We need to like, what are we? We need to start getting back in line, like, because we're being overrun by werewolves. And all the Gallon were like, oh god, Chips was like all over the place and giving us orders that we should be listening to the actual professor, and Misty was just like, something's going on. Like it's really bad. Something's going on with Chips. And then she eventually heard that, but she never actually knew what was going on in the background because no one really told her, and she kind of just like pinpointed certain like events or certain people talking to her, being like, oh yeah, Chips is missing, or Chips is dead, and like, oh no, I think that's why. Oh fuck. Okay, here we go. And it just started getting worser and worser. She's like, this can't get any worse, can it? Like, no
Yeah.
more, no more like.
Oh, then he
proper-
comes back.
That's an
And then it comes
interesting
back,
take.
and I'm like,
I didn't know Gallant thought that Chips was forcing everyone against the. He asked for the professor's permission to go back, and he got it. He pleaded.
I think it was like super. I think it was like the amount of like emotion and like pleading and like the
Yeah!
high energy of the battle as
What do we
well.
stand for?
It's
We're
easy-
leading. Well, because we were leaving
It's
innocent people to die. Who cares about ourselves? Let's be heroes. We've trained our lives for this. What's the fucking point? Literally, what's the point? Who are we? What are our values? And if we don't all agree on it, we are not unified. And literally, Fallbrook pointed that out. Some of us want to have this more moralic stance, and then you have the other group that is more moralic still, but their ways of approach are more self-preserving. So it makes it hard.
a little self-righteous.
Well, they are taking, which is smart, right? You want to minimize your potential casualties, but we are like one of the strongest fighting forces in the world at this point. Like we've proven
We
that.
can fuck them up.
Yeah, like if we can't trust ourselves for complex maneuvering in a very sticky situation and we pull out every time, we're not going to make it,
Yeah.
especially when the stakes are high. So we needed to shoot. Now, honestly, we were in a bad situation in that fight, but like that's because we didn't pull back soon enough and we didn't hold. Like we should have, like we did a lot of things wrong strategically, like in that fight.
Oh,
that
yeah, we did.
that fucked us.
It went messy. Real
Right.
hard.
And so
Like,
when
even I was
people
like,
are
"Fuck."
like saying Chip's taking control, when actually he did. I do remember because the professor wasn't saying anything. So Chipz took control. Like when the professor doesn't say anything, you just take control. Like I don't know, Chipz has been in many battles and he doesn't keep his mouth shut, right? Hold the line, get the things up. Like we had split-second decision-making time. We needed to heal up. There was no healing being done. There were no calls for any of this, right? So yeah, I mean it's not a bad thing. We're all leaders, right? That's what we do. Like if one is doing something else, the other one picks up the slack, right? And that's just the way it is. If the teacher thought that any of what I was saying was wrong, he would have yelled it, right? No, we're not doing that.
yeah.
And he did counter it, and he said we're pulling back. And then Chipz followed orders, but he just pleaded to go back because he didn't agree. He wanted to, because we didn't. Because what happened? I'm trying to remember the battle. We got hit, we went in, but we didn't check for anybody, and then we left.
Yeah, 'cause,
without
like,
checking.
So we like all of our group went to the fishing village. We go to the fishing village. We had the I think it was like a supplier or like a merchant that we needed to go see to check on. He was injured. Um, he was on the ground. I know healers were trying to heal him, trying to like talk what was going on. Then Garm and werewolves were like on top of the top of the hill, and we were like going to be like flanked, like we were going to be attacked. Um, as they gradually went down, we were being attacked, and we were all like in a line, and we were being bombarded. Like, I mean, probably the fishing village was the most like all over the place that we could ever be. And
That
then
was
the village
crazy.
and then the village started to burn down, and then my brain's like, did I do that? Because I've been firing like fire at it right now, and I got
Did
really
she? I don't-
concerned.
I think actually some of it was maybe a little bit of Misty. But I don't think it was specifically your fault. It was already on fire, I think.
It was already on fire, I think. And I think it was like
Yeah.
set on fire by like a lantern that like fell over when
Yeah.
the werewolf bumped into it.
Yeah, there was a lot of
And I was
stuff.
trying
It
to put
wasn't
it
your
out,
fault.
and it didn't
Yeah,
work.
it
I
was
like,
definitely
"Oh,
not your
hopefully this is
fault.
not mine."
But
I was gonna
more
feel so
flames is
bad
more
if it was.
flames, right? But at that point, it was already a lost cause.
Yeah, fuck it. I had more flames to it. We'll fix it later. We did. We eventually
Yeah,
fixed it.
yeah.
But like, yeah, we didn't even check like in houses. Like, we only went there to go see if I know that we looked around.
We were looking
to-
for
to
like a
see what
guy,
was going
right?
on. We were looking for the merchant. We were looking to see where he was, because like we got orders that like he vanished, he disappeared, he hasn't come back from his duties where he normally does. And then we went to the docks of the fishing village and found him there. It was I think we did look around, like to see whether or not there would be more people there. But I think eventually we just didn't look inside the buildings at all. And I think we
Yeah.
actually did, like,
We
there were. Yeah, it was real
breakdown
bad.
of communication was what happened. We were getting rushed from all sides, and the werewolves were jumping and flanking us from around the end. So, like, we were kind of in a bad sitch. But
It was
again,
crazy how badly that went.
yeah, but also it comes down to like people can get mad about the shouting of orders, but like, what are you gonna do? No orders were being given, and and if we one thing I think Ascension Academy and our leadership has problems with is and this is me talking as a player, or I mean as a character, is we don't self-criticize our strategic choices after the fact. We don't actually admit that we could have made a better choice. Um, in the moment, like, hey, maybe we should have pulled back to this. Maybe we should have assessed the wounded. Maybe while we held the line, we did a sweep of the city. Maybe, because there were opportunities, but because we were so hell bent on just whatever. Okay, we had a lot of YOLOers. Okay, we had a lot of people being caught out. Lineth got caught out. This is why Chipz is mad about the critique from Gallant, by the way, is because he literally disobeyed orders to go save your fucking squad's ass. Not your squad, but your guy's mate that you guys left behind's ass. My squad did, and we ignored the order, and so we're getting shit for it because you guys fucked up. All right? Now that's my beef, but I can't ever say that now because dude man's gone.
It's fucking crazy. Like I don't like have a lot of. I just know that we all fucked up. Like even Missy, like
It's
I found
hard.
typing, like we fucked up real hard in that entire ordeal, and even she's like, "How
Yeah.
the fuck are we gonna amend this?" There
Fight
was
breakdowns
physically
are
no
hard.
way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Especially if you're not
definitely.
in the leadership charge, like you're not gonna know. Like you're just following your orders. And I think you were doing a lot of shit, and people have you kind of the way they use you is a little bit different. How they utilize you kind of, especially in those type of situations, with your flame. What were you doing most of the time?
Most of the time, like I think during that entire ordeal was just me being like, okay, I've been told to like push forward. Okay, I'll push forward. But due to like past stuff, like especially like with Flora, um she set Flora on fire because she pushed herself forward to try and help people, but she ended up hurting people. So her doubt is her downfall. The amount of doubt that she has, she's like, okay, I've been told to push forward. What if I burn someone and then I get someone telling me off for it, and then the head mistress is telling me off for burning someone because that's what normally happens. If she does something bad with her flames, she gets reprimanded, and she's like, okay, well, what do I do? She doesn't turn into her hellhound form. Like she stopped turning into her hellhound form because the amount of time she lost herself, so she couldn't use like her full force. Like she was able to turn into her form more often due to the training she had, but she actually started limiting herself. Like she started to limit herself doing her fire abilities, started limiting herself turning into her form, um, and now teaching herself how to do like the hammer work, um, mainly just pushing forward and trying to help as best she can. Because Gallant was mostly those teams where we were just trying to help anyone that was like caught out in the fire, caught out like people being by themselves, or Missy would see, okay, who needs a muscle, who needs assistance and help the most, and she would go to them. But most of the fact that she would be in the background helping as best as she can, or because of the orders being all over the place, she pushed forward. And she also got like, she got injured quite a lot, especially the werewolves like hitting her and attacking her, like Garm swinging his massive sword. It would have
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
badly fucked her up. Like that was holy shit. Even she was like worried about losing something because of how big and thick that sword was, and his toughness, like especially like she was blowing fire in his face, and she fucking Garb picked her up and was taking the fire. She was like,
oh yeah.
this motherfucker is not backing down. Like, I'm fucked. Like, I don't know what I can do. Like, I'm breathing as much hellfire in his face, but he is taking this, and
That
I'm
was
like,
scary.
it was scary. It was scary for Misty. She's like, holy fucking shit, this fucker's not going down. And that was the time where she's like, wow, I really I need to work on like something more, like more
More
powerful.
fire.
I need more fire. I need I need more arson, like, you know. I need just the more arson on top of this arson so I could get damage, but it scared her. It frightened her when she got picked up with the fucking throat and this fire taking. Oh, holy shit. She was like, oh my god, this motherfucker he is hefty.
It was also really
and
cool.
it was really good. It was really cool. I really had that fun it was a really good interaction. Holy shit. Um but yeah, it was crazy most of the time. Fuck, I can't. Just mind blown the amount of times that it's been ramping up. It's
Yeah.
definitely scared Misty. Like the Garm scaring Misty is like
We could get
Jesus.
worse too.
It's gonna get worse, especially in environments. I love that environment. Ooh. Yeah, who knows?
Imagine has a question.
Oh, yes.
Is being apart from Rex from an extended period of time having any sort of effect on Misty?
When Rex did like disappear and left, she kind of felt very sad because Rex was that person that she could talk about her problems, her woes, and her anger issues with that wouldn't be upset with her or wouldn't cause her doubts. But I think on the other side, like Rex did give her more doubts, like telling her that you most likely won't be will not be like a leader as you like were, and kind of giving her that doubts. But I think it kind of helped her. It helped get out of that comfort zone, surprisingly. Like being able to interact with more people, like trying to
And not
teach
just
herself
relying.
that. Not relying on Rex all the time to like help her out when she gets upset and angry. Like Olive Gallen help her out when she's not mentally doing great, and that kind of helped.
Nice. Let's see, I think there was another one. Oh.
Alright.
How did Misty handle the Battle of Moontide Pass? Pass, yeah.
Oh boy! That was so. Misty was mentally kind of like feeding off all the negative, but due to her dying constantly over and over and over again, her mind started to shut down.
She died every time?
She died every time. The worst of death, right, is when Misty was like, I think Misty kind of got the hang of, okay, for fuck's sake, I'm gonna go into another body anyways. I literally said, fuck this shit, we're going. I ran in front of the enemy. I was like, fighting. I got slammed, picked up. The big dude slashed my body like downwards and stabbed me, like twisted, and that's how I died. And I was like, that was the worst like ever death she's had. She started to kind of be like, wow, this fucking sucks ass. She got more and more upset and angry, and then she just became like more frustrated. She's like, I'm not gonna lie, I just want to die right now. I just don't want to keep coming back. I just want to go now. Why am I'm being tortured into like being a whole different person. Now I'm like, and then like the Brutus of Death is being stabbed right through and literally being like twisted and thrown to the ground and dying that way. I'm like, holy crap. That was like, I think I have it on stream as well, like just me like being picked up by this big creature.
Yeah.
I wish people like saw it. It was, oh my god, it was brutal.
It was it's really insane when I still remember when I got up and I was like looking around and I was dying, bleeding out, and all my friends were dead around me, and I'm just like, yeah, here we are. This could be our fate.
Yep, this could be our fate. all of us completely dying and, well, fuck. Us going like, oh shit, we should have done something better, or having a way to like reset. Like, I think that entire like resetting was very emotional for a lot of people, like including like, you know, a lot of
They
people
kind of
that,
just like went in on us.
Mm.
we really did. But yeah, holy shit. It was I had a fun time. It was great.
Mm.
Misty, on the other hand, frustrated, wanted to die at the very end and was like, for fuck's sake.
What?
She's like, I'm done. I don't want to do this no more.
Did it affect her like afterwards too? Like,
I think because Misty is a very, like, she keeps her emotions down. Like, she doesn't really let her emotions get to her, and she's, like, kind of mentally, kind of, like, already mentally drained from being told that she's a bad person. She shut her brain off, so she was, like, at the end,
Aw.
she was like, oh, well, just another day of being fucked, I guess, you know, I can't get it back. But at the end she was trying to like support all of her friends, but she's like, I can't, like, this negativity is really beautiful and nice and I'm enjoying the feast, but I'm like, I don't want that. I want to help my friends, not feed from them. So she had to kind of like back away from a lot of people after that entire ordeal.
It's like eating too
Mhm.
much, right? It was really good when you were eating it. It's the best food of your life, but God, your stomach ache afterwards.
just a whole family-sized bag of Ruffles.
Oh yeah,
Cheddar Ruffles.
I just ate them. I didn't stop. I just kept eating and eating. She was like, oh my god, I'm about to throw up.
Oh
I
my
need
god,
to
or
stop.
Tim's jalapeno chips.
Sounds
Oh
like you have
God.
like some intimate relationship with these
I'm eating them.
foods. Okay.
Oh.
As we speak. Nice.
As we speak right now, I'm eating them right. The Ruffles.
Are the chips in the room with me right now?
It's Chipz right in the room. I don't know.
How many more do we want to do?
What time is it? Are we at the 2 hour? Let's do a couple more.
Okay.
Couple good ones.
What? Oh, Static. What do you think about Garm getting a happy ending?
True.
A happy ending of Garm. I was very happy that he finally had a fucking happy ending. Because Missy was just like, even though you took my fire, you scared the fucking shit out of me, and you've been a piece of shit for the entire fucking episode. I'm glad you got a happy ending, and I'm glad that you were able to like get out of that mindset. Because she's like, I feel that, for that on an emotional level, being like, you finally got what you came for, you know. She's like, oh, I see a Misty in you. I see that, like, that poor person is having a mental moment, and finally you're able to open up and be yourself again. You know, that's what I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that.
Oh, you think
Mhm.
Hoshi. What about Garm? Did you hear about Garm?
Yes,
Hmm?
Garm had a happy ending. What? My brain had a stroke.
Yeah. Garm did, yes. Garm. So at the very... You remember the witch? The witch? Remember the witch at the...
The witch.
There was a witch
You
at
might
the
need to-
Fallbrook. Okay, there was this witch, right? And they were helping
Yeah.
and stuff, and they were doing some things, and like pretty much in the end, yeah, they basically kind of, the witch became possessive of the werewolf, and now we got like an Elden Ring situation.
I don't think I've ever. I surprisingly never heard that one. That part was. I did not know that there was a witch part. Sadly,
There was
I
a
think I
lot
probably
of
missed
stuff
that.
happening, yeah. I mean, there's lots of little arcs within the arc and stuff itself, so.
It was like little like goodie bags, like after goodie bags, and I was just like, I was trying to open up and trying to like get all the like confetti out of my bag before like more confetti poured in.
Were you there for the bar fight?
No, I was not there for the bar
Ah.
fight. I would love to be in the bar fight, but because I think I nearly caused the bar fight when I came in there as Misty.
Okay.
It was so funny. I came in there as like, I think it was like the brothel owner turned into like their human form, and I was walking in there as their hellhound pet. and I kind of just walked in there, and it was the funniest moment. They were like all looking at me, being like, "Ma'am, you need to put your hellhound like on a leash or something," and they were like, "Oh,
This is a
don't worry about it."
Wendy's.
This is, ma'am, this is a Wendy's. You need to put your hellhound on a leash or something like that. It just became a funny moment of just seeing people get up from their chairs and having their swords, and I was just like, bar fight anyone? And then I heard there was a bar fight, and I'm like, why was I not invited? I would have had a fun time just hitting people over the face with bar like stools and stuff. But yeah, it was so funny. But I heard about the bar fight, and I was like, I missed it. I wanted to cause one.
All right, one more.
Looking towards the future, how is Misty going to handle the North, and are you looking forward to any of the new students?
I am very much looking forward to the new students. New faces are always like really awesome because you get to interact with them, get to bring them into the story, help them out, talk to them. All the new students were incredible. I wish I was able to like go to the other classes so I could meet all the other new students that were, trying to participate in that. Definitely happy, and I'm looking forward to it. Misty in the future, she does have a lot of work to do, a lot of like self-evaluating on like her leadership, where she's going to be going for that type board, and also how the fuck am I going to survive the cold?
The cold.
The cold environment, the one environment she cannot handle. She's been lucky, like the desert, the forest. Like, it's been
You're
fine.
right.
I have been a-okay, and I see all the I see the vampire struggling in the desert, the ice giant struggling in the desert, and I'm there like rooting and tooting, having a party, got my confetti out, me going to the north being like, hopefully I'm gonna melt everything, I'm gonna fall through something, and it's just gonna be terrible.
He needs a
I'm gonna have to
big
go-
puffer jacket.
Yeah, puffer jacket. I'm gonna look like one of those just roll me down a hill. I'm gonna be a snowball. 'cause of my
A big
Cute.
marshmallow.
Cute.
a big marshmallow jacket.
Make sure to get
But
the
yeah,
mittens.
Just trying to get ready. Get my mittens. I don't know how I'm gonna. It'll be fine.
Just
I'll
one
get
really
some
big
mittens.
mitten for the other hand.
Yeah, one big mitten and then the more tiny little mitten.
Mm.
Can't wait. Looking forward to it. But yeah,
Hell
have
yeah.
some fun.
Hell yeah. Well, thank
Alright.
you very much, Misty. I appreciate you coming on and chatting with us. I know we talked about random shit. Probably go on for a million years. We've done so much. You've been with us from year 2? Question mark?
Year 2.
I think it's year 2. Yeah, I've been
Year
been
two.
doing this for
Yeah.
like 2 years.
No.
It's 2 years now.
It's been 4
No,
years
it's not 2
for
years. Holy shit, 4 years? Oh
you. Yeah.
my god, it doesn't feel that way.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like Fallbrook was just like a couple months.
A couple of months ago. Oh my god.
Wait, how long was
fucking
it
4
ago?
years?
Just a couple months ago. Like.
No, how long really? I don't please. I'm going to
Was it the
freak out.
summer?
It was the summer, I think. Even I
August?
don't know.
Like,
It's been
So
so long.
August.
So like 8 months.
It's August? I think 2 months.
Damn. Well, at least we're starting before a whole year goes by.
I feel that.
Man, I don't know, man. It just
Everyone's
takes
so
out of me
excited.
sometimes nowadays. You know what I mean? It's just hard.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fuck yeah. Thank you, Misty. Clap. Misty, everybody. Woo!
Bye. Have a good one.
All right, everybody. Oh,
Crazy.
time to say goodbye to you. Oh, as I stand up. My dual PC kind of worked out a little bit. I had to customize it. I can't really talk out into that PC with this headset, but this worked out. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you.
Okay. one.
And Misty. I look forward to seeing you at Ascension Academy when we resume.
Hell yeah.
When's our new date? March? Is it March? No, we're already
It's
March.
March.
April,
Or
May.
March.
May.
Oh, May.
I'll see you
Today's
guys.
the last day of March.
Shit. May.
Month's challenging.
Yeah, I'll see you in May. Yeah.
Yeah.
believe in you.